How's it going, guys? It's Al. It's Wednesday. It's NBA season. We finally get to talk about an NBA first look for DraftKings for tonight, Wednesday, the first full slate of this NBA season. I'm really excited. One of our subscribers here on Twitch and in our Discord took down one of the single game showdown slates last night for $45K, so congratulations to him. If you are not a subscriber to this YouTube channel, fix that. Hit that subscribe button down below. Make sure you ring that notifications bell. Drop a like on this video. It's only got, what, a 6-hour shelf life or something like that. And if you want, be sure to join us on Twitch. Right below, the first pinned comment has a link to my Instagram, which has a stream schedule, which goes 6 days a week, and you can find out when I'm live. So definitely, please, come and join us. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate all the support during NFL season so far. Now with NBA season starting and overlap between the two, I'm going to try and knock out videos as much as I can for NBA on top of my NFL schedule. It won't be every single day, but I'll try to get at least three in a week, maybe 4 when NFL is done. I'll be able to do a little bit more NBA stuff. Thank you for joining me. Appreciate it. Enough with the intro. Let's get to the video. They got a $555,000 tournament tonight. It's a $5 entry fee with $100K to first. On DraftKings, full slate, as I said, 11 games. Not too many, not too few. I kind of like that. I like between 6 and 12 games is perfect for an NBA slate. You get enough variance. There's going to be chalky plays. There's going to be guys that stand out to us, value guys that stand out, but ownership will be high on those. Now, if you're used to NFL ownership where like 25 to 35% is really high for a player, NBA is a completely different animal. NFL, quarterback throws the ball 35, maybe 40 times a game. A running back, we're looking for 20 or 25 touches. Wide receivers, we're hoping that they get 10 targets and get 6 or 7 catches. In NBA, completely different animal. Teams are playing 70 possessions, 80 possessions a game. There's scoring that happens on both sides of the floor. You get points for rebounds, assists, steals, blocks. You get points when they put the ball in the bucket. And most importantly, minutes equals money. You want to have guys that are on the floor as much as possible. And this obviously deals with the salary as well. A player, you can't just put Harden and Davis and Giannis and Jokic in your lineup. They're not all going to fit. So you have to make some tough choices with some value players. What I like to do on these first look lineups for NBA, I'm not going to build an entire lineup out because obviously there's too much cut and paste and there's way too much that changes before lock. NFL, by the time you get to Friday or Saturday, there isn't that much that changes, and we get all the inactives for the morning games an hour and a half before kickoff. In NBA, it's a completely different story. It's kind of the wild, wild west when it comes to injury reporting. We don't always know. So you have to be at your workstation in NBA for the final 30 minutes before lock because the entire aspect of a slate can change just like that. With a player that we never saw in an injury report, that we never heard anything about from the beat writers, is all of a sudden not playing because he's got a headache. And that is going to change the amount of minutes that players play. They're priced based on obviously their price per or their fantasy points per game expectation on a day-to-day basis. But if you break that down even further, players are priced for how many fantasy points per minute they score. They're also priced for how many minutes they're going to play. That's kind of how you get their average fantasy points a game. So if you take somebody who's priced as a 10-minute a game player, and all of a sudden that guy is going to play 20 or 25 minutes. Is that starters minutes? No, starters minutes are between 32 and 42. But if that player's priced for 10 minutes a game and all of a sudden he's going to play 25 minutes, you're getting baked in value for that player at that price. And that's what we look to target, and that's what we look to attack with Daily Fantasy NBA. I did another video last year about how to be better at Daily Fantasy NBA. Go check that video out. It's about 35 minutes that details my entire process on how I kind of attack NBA, look at value, and what I'm looking to do in cash games and tournaments. Also, if this is your first year using Daily Roto or an optimizer, me and Drew did a video a few days ago. Go check that one out as well, how to win on DraftKings using an optimizer. For tonight, we obviously have some of the brightest stars in the NBA. James Harden, one of the highest projected guys, probably the highest raw projected guy on the slate tonight. Doesn't mean he's going to end the night with that. Just looking at his game logs from last year, giving you guys something to look at. Always a threat to double-double. Doesn't always get as many triple-doubles now as he used to because with the addition of Chris Paul on this team last year, some of the point guard duties are out of his hands. His scoring is going to be consistent. One of the probably the odds-on favorite. I haven't looked at what the odds are for the scoring, but one of the top 3 players at least to lead the league in scoring, and definitely one of the top MVP candidates. Anthony Davis, same token, and playing in a fast-paced game. New Orleans expected to play at a faster pace this year than they have last year, and playing against Houston, who plays at an extremely fast pace. More pace means more possessions, more shots means more rebounds, and he's the best rebounder on the floor. Just a ridiculous player. There's the thought and the worry from everybody that anytime you play Anthony Davis, he's going to get hurt and not going to play. If you think Anthony Davis is in play, don't worry about that. Just play the dude. If he gets hurt, that's out of your control. The nights that he doesn't get hurt, he posts monster numbers, and you obviously want to be a part of that if you think he is going to pay off this salary and get you 50-plus DraftKings points. Giannis Antetokounmpo, one of the other players that can triple-double any night that he's on the floor, right? Not going to lead the league in triple-doubles. The point guard duty's not always in his hands anymore, but they are in his hands in crunch time, playing against Charlotte here. One of everybody's favorite MVP candidates. Everybody wants this kid elevated to be the MVP, and it was a campaign last year, Giannis for MVP. Everybody wants him to be the guy. He's going to stuff the stat sheet. He can get you steals and blocks, which are extremely important, just like Anthony Davis. Obviously a double-double threat every game and has triple-double upside. Same thing goes for Nikola Jokic, though he is a bit cheaper. I loved playing Jokic the last 2 years when he was priced between like $6,500 and $9,000 pretty much all the time. We're not sneaking up on anybody anymore with Nikola. That's just not happening. But look at this game log from the end of last year. A center who can get you a triple-double pretty much any night. Obviously, you get double-double bonus points on DraftKings. You get triple-double bonus points on top of that as well. One of the most efficient scorers near the basket. Can stretch out to three-point range. Great assist upside. The issue with Jokic is every once in a while he just has an off night, right? 56, 66, 63, and then he'll throw up like a 28 or a 30, right? You don't really see that as much from somebody like Harden or AD. Towns, Drummond, Chris Paul, Kevin Love, somebody that a lot of people like tonight as well. Going to take on more usage this year with LeBron James out of town. Those are your super studs if you want to go for the top of the salary chart to get in there. What I like to do on these videos, I want to talk to you about 3 value plays that I like. I'm going to pick 2 7.5K or above guys that I really want to try and slam into lineups this evening too. The first one for me, let's look at the value plays. Some guys are just too cheap. Frank Mason appears to be one of them. For the amount of minutes that we're kind of expecting from Frank Mason today, he's just, are you going to be thrilled to play him? No. But is he going to be somebody who could exceed value? And when I say exceed value, I'm looking at a range for Frank Mason, hopefully between 20 and 25 DraftKings points. If he can land in that range for me this evening, I think he's going to do just fine. And what that does by playing somebody like this allows you to unlock the higher priced guys in your lineup, right? So you want to find value guys that are playing minutes. Remember, I said earlier, minutes equals money. Mason is priced for somebody who last year played, 17, 18 minutes a game, right? He was inconsistent with those minutes. He played those minutes sometimes because players were injured or rookies were out or not performing well, whatever. This year, I think he takes on a little bit of a bigger role. I think that we're looking at maybe 22 to 26 minutes out of him tonight. He's still priced down as somebody who should not play that. I'll take the value here where it is. There's not like a 40-point ceiling for him. You're not looking for a ton. We're hoping for 22 and a half, maybe 23 DraftKings points out of him. Also, solid value play tonight, Jeremy Lin. A lot of points to be scored, a lot of usage out of this lineup. Most of the front court is injured. Same sort of a situation. I'm looking for 22 to 26 fantasy points out of Jeremy Lin, somebody who can fill it up. Real life points are the highest correlation between actual real life basketball and fantasy scoring. Jeremy Lin is somebody who can score the basketball a little bit. He's going to turn the ball over. He's not going to be a 10 assist guy, but he can put the ball in the hoop. His skill is being able to get to the rim, get you a few assists, make a couple of threes. He's definitely willing to shoot them. At 4K, we're looking at low to mid 20s points out of him to pay off this value and allow us to get the guys that are higher on our list, and probably the highest owned value play of the night, in my opinion, Cedi Osman stepping into the small forward role vacated by LeBron James in Cleveland. Is he going to be LeBron James? No, I'm not saying that. Don't say that. Nobody's saying that. Okay? But he's a good value. He's 4,200. Same scoring range that we're looking for here. Osman priced as somebody, he averaged, 10, 11 minutes a game last year? Right? That's all he played. You're looking at way more minutes for somebody like him. 25, 28, 32 minutes possible for Cedi Osman. Priced as somebody who played 11, 12 minutes a game. I don't think this price is adjusted yet. If he's a 30-minute-a-game guy for Cleveland, if he's able to stay on the floor that much, it's hard for a small forward to not pay off 22, 23 DraftKings points. It's hard, okay? There's a lot of offense, a lot of usage that needs to be soaked up here, and I think that he's the guy for Cleveland, and I think that he's the guy that can do it for us. At least he's going to be on the floor, and he allows us to pay up. Now, who do we want to pay up for? There's a few guys that I think are interesting. And again, we're looking for pace. We're looking for high totaled games. We're looking for teams that have players that can get the ball. One guy on Phoenix that I think is too low priced is DeAndre Ayton. The rookie looked amazing in preseason to me. If he can stay on the floor for 30 minutes a game, he's going to average, at the worst, close to a double-double. There is massive blocks upside here. He should average 2 to 3 blocks a game. He should average 9+ rebounds a game. He should average 18 points a game. That all adds up to way more than a $6,900 price tag. I'm fine plugging him in at center, but the player that I'm going to go for off the bat is going to be Booker. He's going to be required to score a ton, and I try to stick to over 7K guys. So Ayton doesn't really fit in this, three cheap players and then 2 stud players. Devin Booker, definitely a stud waiting to happen. There is going to be some variance in his scoring. He's got a lower floor on a night-to-night basis than somebody like Ayton because of the rebounding and the block shots and everything else that he can bring to the table. I like Ayton's floor better. I think Booker, because of his ability to fill it up another year in the league, this is a guy who could just post monster numbers this year in terms of scoring. Maybe the best young shooting guard in the league. Him and Mitchell are probably going to fight that out for the next 3-4 years to figure out which guy it actually is. 35 minutes, probably assured. 20 shots, probably assured. He's going to take a bunch of threes. You get the 0.5 bonus on DraftKings for that as well. Not going to chip in rebounds and steals and blocks as much as Ayton is, but I do like Booker tonight. If you need a center, you know how I feel about DeAndre Ayton. And the cover boy, Kawhi Leonard. Moving to Toronto, was a top 3, top 5 player, MVP candidate, can still fill it up, took a year off, laughs really weird. It's really a weird laugh. It was. It's about the only thing I can't defend about Kawhi Leonard was that laugh. Dude's going to fill it up in Toronto. We'll help you in steals. We'll get you those bonus points and blocks. He gets a bunch of rebounds, can help out with assists. We know that he can score 20 points a game, and he's only 8,100. He's going to give you, the 40 to 50 fantasy points that you want out of, a 9K or a 9,500 player, but he's priced at only 8,100. I think that this is a mistake. I think that it's a knee jerk to him being too cheap. Those are my 3 value plays, my 2 studs that I kind of want to build around this evening. You can use those guys in cash game lineups. They could be the core of your tournaments. That's just the way that it kind of looks to me early for this first look. So thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you being around. I'd like to see you more. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button down below. Mash that notifications bell. Check out the pinned comment down below, the first pinned comment. Check out my Instagram. There is a pinned tweet right there for you to do that. My stream schedule is posted every week on Instagram, so I can hopefully get to know you guys through Twitch and Discord. Click that subscribe button. Here's another video for you to watch, and I'll catch up to you guys later. Bye.